Hi everyone. So in this short video, I thought I would share with you my evening routine, judging on how popular my video was on my morning routine. So what do I do in the evening to make sure that I kind of support having a deep and restorative sleep? So number one is I dim the lights. I turn off all my screens at least an hour and a half before bed. Now, this doesn't mean that it was easy when I first started doing this. It was very difficult. I used to just be on my screen or phone right up until bed. And then I would get so frustrated why I couldn't just fall asleep. This is a habit that may take some time to adjust if you're used to kind of cramming everything in right until you go to, when it's time to go to sleep. So everything dims down, everything turns off an hour and a half before bed. The main reason is your melatonin can't be produced in your body with the blue light from screens and bright lights. It needs dim, darker moments to start producing melatonin. Melatonin, as we all know, is the chemical that helps you fall asleep and stay asleep. So another thing that I do is I have a light and early dinner. If I ate too late in the nighttime, I know I've experienced this. It takes me longer to fall asleep and I don't have a solid restful sleep. Your body needs a specific amount of time, 2 to 3 hours in general, to finish digesting your dinner so that it can just focus on falling asleep. Now, reading for some can actually help you fall asleep, but for some it's too stimulating. So this one I can't give advice on whether you read or don't read before bed. I read before bed, but not right up until I go to sleep. It also depends what you're reading. You know, if you're reading the news, that's going to be too stimulating. If you're just reading something gentle and your mind's not getting too engaged in it, I think that's totally fine. I also meditate before I go to bed. I used to just meditate in the morning. I do meditate in the morning. I do morning and night. I meditate 2 times a day because I just find those windows, right as you're waking up and right as you're falling asleep are just such beautiful times to kind of go inward and calm your mind and slow down your thoughts. I find meditating before bed so enjoyable. And yes, sometimes it's hard to actually stay awake, and that's okay. It really just grounds you and slows everything down. Another thing that I'll do is I'll listen to just some pretty gentle music. So as you can see, my evenings are fairly, as some people would say, boring, but I love them. It's very relaxing. I just kind of make sure that I'm setting the tone for my sleep, because I know if I just race through my day and was doing chores and activities and checking emails right up until it was time to go to bed, I don't fall asleep easily. I just don't. And here's one of the most important things for falling asleep. There's kind of this magical time to fall asleep before. So in Ayurveda, they always recommend to fall asleep before 10 p.m. And I know for some of you night owls, that's impossible. It is possible. It just takes some time to adjust your circadian rhythm back down. Why 10 p.m.? So between 10 p.m. and 2 a.m. are the 4 most important hours to be asleep by. This is when your liver is detoxing. This is when your body is restoring. It's a deep sleep. And there's a lot of energy in your body at that time, but it's for cleaning up your body, your digestive system, your thoughts, your processes. So if we miss that window, we're going to feel even more wired but tired. So this is something to really work towards. If you're someone who goes to bed at midnight every night, it's going to be very hard to just all of a sudden try going to bed be asleep by 10. What I always recommend women who are in my program who are falling asleep too late, try 15 minutes early every week. So if you go to bed at midnight, for 1 week, go to bed at 11:45. Then the next week's 11:30. Then it'll be 10:45. Sorry, 11:15. Doing the math here. And until you get down to where you're asleep by 10, so you can fully take advantage of those 4 beautiful hours of deep restorative sleep, you will notice a huge difference in how you feel the next morning.